What is up? It's me, your young god of calamity, back here with another episode of Chaotic Discord. And guess what? For 5 cents, I'll beat the shit out of your neighbor. It's fine. They deserve it. And I deserve some money, so throw that shit my way.
They probably do, most neighbors suck.
Yeah. I mean, like, I had to threaten the fucking neighbor across the street. Like, holy shit, I can't even believe that. That's a different topic, guys. Guys, that's a different topic. So, we're actually...
I'm Tom Bombadillo. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome to Chaotic Discord. Starting off with the chaos. Bro, that was so fun. The last episode was the promised episode, and, like, I was trying to think of a topic to match it, and I just couldn't yet, because that was such a cursed episode. It's so good. You guys are going to check it out. You need to check it out. The cursed episode. It's literally episode 15. But today's topic is actually shonen, and like all the different fandoms, what are terrible, what's good, what's not, what's absolute dog shit, and what's god tier shonen. So let's just start it off, like, what's the god tier shonens for you? You name 3 god tier shonens, because I can name 3 easily.
One Piece.
That's one of mine too.
Problem is, I always have a hard time remembering what is shonen.
Well, basically the friendship animes.
Yeah. Well, anytime I think of shonen, my mind immediately goes to try to think of like a Jump one.
Honestly, I can't even argue with that. I can't even argue with that because Shonen Jump has the fucking formula. Everything that gets featured in Shonen Jump is an absolute banger of a fucking manga or anime. Like, Shonen Jump has it figured fucking out. Like, because honestly,
I gotta say one. Raid Master.
Understandable. I'm pretty sure that was in Shonen Jump too.
I think it was Shonen Jump as well.
The anime was trash, but it's definitely manga is so fucking amazing.
Anime could have been so.
Honestly, the issue is that the anime just wasn't long enough. There's 12 episodes.
I mean, the episodes we got were good, were decent.
All right.
But third one. I don't know, what's your 2? I'm thinking about what I want to take for my third one. Like
I'm definitely One Piece, Black Clover, and the third one. I actually need to think of that one because I want to choose one of the older ones, but then I'm just like.
I thought I went with Raid Master. I wanted something.
Like I was debating going with Raid Master, but I'm just like that's not really. I honestly think I have to go with Naruto.
Are you gonna okay? You're gonna have One Piece and Naruto in yours?
I don't want to choose Naruto. Like I feel disgusted at choosing it, but like it's honestly the epitome of shonen.
It is.
It is literally like I cannot think of shonen and not think of Naruto. So like that's why like it's the same.
That or Dragon Ball.
No, Dragon Ball's shit. I'd rather watch.
That's a topic for a different day.
Dragon Ball has like literally I hate when people are like I watch anime. What do you watch? DBZ. Like, and
okay, wait.
More?
I want to throw it out there. I will say Dragon Ball is good if we're talking Young Goku Dragon Ball.
I like that one. Most people don't even watch that one.
No, it's
like,
so good.
I do agree with you.
It is so good.
Wholeheartedly. So much
Watch
better.
original Dragon Ball, not Z,
so
not
much
just
better.
Dragon Ball.
So much better.
Kid
but,
Goku,
like,
it's so good. It's so,
all the Dragon Ball
so
series after that is just like, I can't choose Dragon Ball at all for shonen. I couldn't choose Bleach either for the fucking reason, basically the same reasons except for their fucking retarded ass filler arcs in the middle of big fights, and then they have to go back and reshow the entirety of the big fight and the lead up to that point. It's just like you literally just made episodes of previous episodes. Like, come on.
What would be more Dragon Ball than that though? Is recapping everything for the majority of the episode, 5 minutes of something new. Next time.
No, they wouldn't even recap. They would literally, it would be the same fucking episode they show again. As episode like
for Bleach.
Yeah,
really?
For episode like 199, you'd see it as like episode 272 again.
That's bad.
And I'm just
That's
like,
so funny.
Bleach, come on! Like I don't need to see Aizen get his ass whooped 3 times or whoop the fucking captain's ass 5 times. Like we all know what happened. We saw it the first time. Get on with the fucking story, bro. Actually, you know what? I will say Full Metal Alchemist is going to be my third. That is a shonen.
I almost said that. I just didn't know how much. I mean, where's the power of friendship in that?
Bro, the power of brotherly
The
love.
power of brotherly love.
Bro, they literally, and also like Mustang, that's friendship all the way.
I love
Hughes, friendship all the way. Like,
there's not
come
enough
on.
good things
And
to say about Hughes.
Winry is a wifey.
My favorite one. That'd be my number one right there. I love Winry.
Bro, I love Winry. Like,
I almost.
but,
So you're on FMA over Naruto.
Yeah, definitely. But I definitely Black Clover, One Piece, and FMA. Yeah, it's because I love Asta. Like, we all know Asta's my boy. I always talk this shit up about Asta because that's honestly one of the purest shonen protagonists I could imagine. And it's not even like he tries to be like false with his like Naruto's like, you were lonely? I was lonely, we're the same. Nah, motherfucker, you just fucking hated because you're a piece of shit. Like, Asta was actually literally disdained because he literally had no place in this society. Like,
Well, Naruto was outcast.
yeah, but like he was not nearly as outcast as fucking Asta, who was an orphan, who grew up in a fucking with other orphans who all didn't like him because he had Yuno, the fantastic best friend, from a young age. From a young age, this kid was even better than Asta. Like, Asta had to grow up outside a genius. Like, Naruto was just alongside Sasuke for the fucking Scene 7. Like,
yeah.
Guess what? That ain't shit, bro. Those are only a couple of years. This man has a full lifetime of inadequacy next to this dude. Like, but he's still.
Scene 7 even a thing until they
like the
that's
entirety
what
of
it's like
that, and not it doesn't even like Team 7 breaks up in Naruto, not even Shippuden.
I know.
Like it breaks up in like episode 1.
Yeah,
I want to say it's like episode like 80, 90.
I meant like inverse time, like well, they were talking about at most a year.
Yeah. And Naruto time, yeah, it was at most a year. And Team 7 ain't shit, bro. They broke apart, got back together, made new teams, broke apart, got back together. Like, T7 just got demolished all the time. Disgusting. But, alright, so, what are the worst fandoms? Like, gatekeeping-wise.
Wait a minute, can we go? Okay.
I'm going
by
gatekeeping.
I haven't one yet.
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
go 7 Deadly Sins? I feel like that's shonen.
That's shonen for sure, but I'm just disgusted by your choice.
No, first half.
I'm disgusted by your choice. Either way.
Well, I didn't want to pick FMA, because now that you said FMA, I was going to say FMA or piece of that, but I didn't want to also pick the same one. And I don't want to go with Magi, because it's recency bias, I'm rereading it.
I wouldn't really say it's a really good one, honestly.
It is, but I did really like 7 Deadly Sins.
You know what? Switching on FMA for Yu-Gi-Oh! Just kidding, I'm not.
No, honestly, that's not a bad choice though either.
No, it's not. I know.
Honestly, that's not a bad choice.
Bro. So can we just talk about
I gotta support that one.
Can we just talk about the fact that when we were going like at that fucking disc golf place, we were just like holding each other's hands with the power of friendship is throwing better than we've ever thrown before.
I don't know why.
And I don't understand. And we've proven this a couple of days ago.
We have proven this.
Because we literally held hands the other day, me and Zach, and like we do so much better. I'm just like, God damn it. I don't know why this is a thing. Like the power of friendship. Shonen's onto something, my man.
It works.
Shonen figured it out.
It's not work considering it messes with your entire run up for how it should like physically work.
Like,
but
I'm just like,
work.
bro, okay. I guess. Cool story, bro. Shit, it's real? Fuck. The power of friendship exists? No way. Maybe I need to believe in the heart of the card.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Gotta believe in the heart of the card, dude.
Dude, what it do?
What does he have?
What it do, you?
Dude, I still have briars in my fucking pants.
I'm just like, Joey Wheeler's such a fucking like shit character, but he makes such a fucking statement because they gave him that retarded Boston accent.
Retarded accent.
If it wasn't for that accent, he would not be a memorable character in the league.
But that accent makes everything he says memorable.
That accent just is like, it's
Good
like
night with Jane.
Yeah, so I used the time
I'm
with
with
it.
it. I love it.
And I fast forward time and destroy all the monsters on your side of the field. It's your turn, you.
No, it's I use time to transform baby dragon into
Thousand Dragon.
1,000-year dragon. That's it.
I walk the future forward 1,000 years. The baby dragon becomes a 1,000-year-old dragon.
What does dark magician become when they use that? They use
He
that
becomes the
double-
ancient sorcerer. I don't fucking know. He becomes like the dark sage.
Dark sage. That's it.
Bro, that was actually a badass
He's
card.
such a
I ain't even
cool
gonna lie.
character.
I really love the Magician of Black Chaos though. Like when Yu-Gi-Oh! That ritual card, the first ritual card he yells, I'm just like, my boy.
There are so many good moments in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Bro, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is actually like one of the best ones. Even the Battle City arc is really good, but after that it kind of went to shit.
That was the Egyptian god, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Merrick, who was
Merrick.
everyone says like Merrick's one of the worst like Yu-Gi-Oh! Villains. I think he's one of the best.
He's not. Well, I mean, up until that point, there was what 3 villains
Pegasus, Seto Kaiba,
in him.
and I think he was better than Pegasus. Pegasus just played around a little too much to be a real villain.
Yeah, he was a little. If he would have been slightly more serious.
Yeah.
I didn't like Pegasus's.
Also, I love his
Toon
attitude.
Down.
I love his
Toon
Toon
Down.
deck, but like I couldn't take like his Toon deck ever seriously.
No, you can't
like
take it serious.
that's how I was
But
just
it's
like,
so
bro.
overpowered.
If he was actually like serious, like a serious duelist, like I'd actually be terrified of Pegasus.
In real life, if you can make it, like in a real Yu-Gi-Oh game, the Toon deck is so overpowered.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Nowadays,
When the show first came out, and the
bro,
revival in the
there's
early
so
2000s.
many things wrong with like playing Yu-Gi-Oh now. Like there's so many different ways. Like I remember when like, you know what I didn't understand though in Yu-Gi-Oh? Why did he always go to like sacrificing 2 things to summon the Dark Magician when the summon skull is literally 1 sacrifice? That's the same with Time Power.
You saw that on iPhone, didn't you? Because I thought about that.
No, I've always thought that. But
Oh.
I did see it on iPhone, that's why I bring it up. But like I've always thought that in the first place.
Cooler. Not really. Someone's skull is cooler.
Bro, I think the Summon Skull looks dope as fuck. I loved in Yu-Gi-Oh! GT when they brought the Archfiend deck, and the Summon Skull was part of the Archfiend deck, and I'm just like, my boy making his return.
I think Summon Skull had an ability though that made him weaker than Dark Magician.
No, he had less defense.
That's less defense. Okay.
He had 1,200 defense.
Yeah.
Whereas the Dark Magician had 2,300.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, but like, you think I'm ever gonna not attack? Like, I never play defense mode, my man. Only times I play defense mode is like Big Guard now, or some dumb character that has a high defense. Because I'm literally planning on sacrificing it next turn for a better fucking attack.
What was it? There was a card called like the Labyrinth or something that had like 3,000 defense, and he placed it face down, and they attacked it, and he flipped it up. It had like some weird ability.
Oh, that was the one with the wall shadow on it. The fucking fusion monster.
Yeah, that's it.
Because you used the whatever the fuck it was. It was the twins that were using that in the Labyrinth game.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but that was a good one. I like that one a lot.
One of us only tells lies, the other only tells truth.
Which one of you is dumber? I am.
I can't believe Joey Wheeler is the one that got them out of the cave, though.
Bro, I can. The dude's super fucking lucky. That's literally his
That's
gimmick.
his entire character.
Like
Luck incarnate.
Luck. He's literally like a gamble. His deck is a gamble deck. Until Battle City, when he actually gets some fucking skills, he was literally a 3rd-rate duelist with a 4th-rate deck. Seto Kaiba wasn't wrong.
Except Seto Kaiba said that about Yugi.
Wasn't fucking wrong. Yugi's deck was shit too. He has his grandfather's deck, which was infinitely better. His original deck when he was playing in school was shit.
Yeah.
But then his grandfather's deck was OP as fuck because it had Exodia. His grandfather's deck had fucking Exodia.
But it doesn't matter if your deck's shit if you believe in the heart of the cards.
Just believe in the heart of the card, dude. Just remember.
All you have to do is get a fake Boston accent, and you'll be the luckiest Yu-Gi-Oh player in the world.
Bruh. If I were to ever go to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, like I would automatically just make a bad Boston accent and just copy Joey Wheeler signs and use.
You gotta have a shirt with the color pop, like a.
Like I would entirely also entirely have a gamble deck. Like everything's a fucking gamble on whether or not I'm actually gonna get it.
Yeah, because Time Wheeler can also fail.
Yeah, if it fails, it destroys all the monsters on your side of the field.
Yeah.
Which never happened to Joey Wheeler.
I think it happened once. It happened once at some point.
I don't think it did. But either way,
Anyway,
what are the worst fandoms?
My Hero Academia.
No, they're the worst like Rule 34 fandom. I'm talking about like just like they're the most annoying fandom. Like you see them be
Fate.
like, Fate is easily the worst fandom of them all, in my opinion. Like Fate and Dragon
I feel
Ball
like-
Z.
I want to say
That
something here.
DBZ fandom is such a shit show because everyone's
Yeah.
convinced that Goku's like the strongest. They're like Goku versus porn addiction, and like they think that's a fucking good matchup. I'm just like,
It
guys,
doesn't make sense. But I want to say something here real quick. Every time we've ever brought up Fate, it's been negative. I want to know how many people we've pissed off that have watched this that are pissed at us for our takes on Fate, because Fate fucking sucks. And it's such a widely liked show. It is trash.
bro, you know what's bad is that the Fate spin-offs are better than the original Fate.
They are.
I said
I
it.
will do that.
I said it. The only good Fate was that's canon is Fate Zero.
Fate Zero is decent. I'll give you that.
That was the only good Fate. But all the spin-offs that are Fate, like Lord Meliole, actually a banger show. The one with the little fucking girl, the Caliad, a lot better.
That one, yeah.
That one's
That
decent.
was good, yeah.
That was good. But all the other Fates are absolute
All
dog
the
shit.
real Fates?
Like all the new ones now is just like a fucking reusing all the same old characters. I'm just like, bro, I'm tired, bro. Give me like a fresh face. Don't give me just like one. It's bad that Astolfo is now a fucking thing, became a fucking trap, and I'm just hate it so much. Like I hate the Fate series. I can't stand the fandom either. I love the JoJo fandom though, because the JoJo fandom literally doesn't care. They just want you to get into JoJo. They don't care how you get into it, because 90% of the JoJo fandom got into it because of fucking memes. JoJo is such a memeable fucking anime that's literally what it's based on.
So many.
It has so many memes, and it was literally made for meme culture before meme culture was ever around. Like that's how I feel like JoJo was like made. If it wasn't for meme culture, JoJo would not be popular.
No, that's entirely true. Are you putting that as one of the worst fandoms?
No, I think it's one of the best because they don't care. They don't care how. They literally just want you to get into JoJo. That's literally how the JoJo fandom works. Like, yes, we're gonna be annoying about this, and it's fine. I understand getting annoying, trying to get someone into what you like, but like, as soon as you start watching it, as soon as you say, yeah, I watched a little bit of JoJo, they're like, oh, so you think it was good? I thought it was okay. Well, I respect your decision. It's wrong, but I respect it. Like that's how the majority of the JoJo fandom is, and I actually respect that a lot more. The SAO fandom pisses me off too.
I don't know if I've seen much of their fandom. I feel like
Bro,
it's not.
the fandom's so fucking bad because they're so convinced that they're right that SEO isn't a shit tier game. They're like, I want to be an
I do
SEO
agree
in
with
real.
that. I don't think
A
that
lot of
they
them
should.
are like, oh my god, I want to be an SEO in real life.
No,
like,
I will not. No,
no,
I will
you
not.
don't.
I do want full dive reality to become a thing.
I do
don't want
want
SAO to
that
be-
too, but SAO, no, I don't want SAO to be a thing at all. The Demon Slayer fandom, I haven't heard too much about them. I haven't heard too many bad things about them.
No.
But they also kind of disappeared after episode 19 fucking dropped. So half of them are just like false ass like people because they're just like they saw us true like the true Demon Slayer fans who were watching from episode 1. Then episode 19 dropped and it was like the big cinematic masterpiece of Demon Slayer because it was the fight with Rui
Yeah.
where he was the Hinokami. And everyone's just like, oh my god, this is so amazing. Like, I've been watching this forever. Like, nah, bro. You literally just jumped on the bandwagon like everyone else. Like, the amount of, like, people that didn't see Demon Slayer after, there's a, literally, before and after episode 19, exponentially, like, I think it's, like, about 15 to 20 times more people started watching it immediately after episode 19 dropped.
Really?
Yeah. So I really doubt that all those people who are like, yeah, I watched it since episode 1, was really watching it since episode 1, because I was, but that's because I try and keep up there with every anime that comes out. Like I'm even watching like all the new ones now, like Tacto P, Platinum Men. Oh, that's the one that was actually made by the Death Note producers. That was the same one it was Platinum Men, not Tacto P.
Oh, okay.
But then I'm also watching the Assassin Reincarnation one that's Ace's current theory because he's a fucking isekai trash. It's basic as fuck and looks like shit. But
Okay. There's the take for the day.
bro, it's literally isekai like formula all the way. Just
No
nonsense.
creativity, just
Like it's just literally the
basic
same
isekai.
formula, and I'm just like, I understand, but like your one spin is that the dude was a prior assassin. That's the one spin-off, and like you want him to kill the hero after the hero defeats the Demon King. I'm just like, the dude knows how to do his job. He's gonna get it done. Like there's no doubt in my mind. But like you're just like, ugh, I can't stand it.
Are we naming just bad communities or gatekeeping communities? 'Cause
Gatekeeping community.
I'm having trouble coming up with other like really big gatekeeping ones.
DBZ.
I don't think they gatekeep.
No, they used to. Hardcore. They used to be one of the worst ones because DBZ was the one that everyone gets into, and it's like how a lot of people get into anime. And they're like,
Yeah.
you don't need to watch any other anime besides DBZ. So like they literally just kept them to the DBZ community. And that's like gatekeeping stupid. Gatekeeping is a dumb practice in the first place. Like, listen, I don't care. You know what actually has one of the best fucking fandoms out of anything is the BL fandoms. Like you could say what you want about Yuri. I don't really like it, but like it has one of the nicest fandoms that I have ever fucking seen. Like I actually just literally would li- talk to like people who are in the BL fandom, and like yeah, majority of it's girls, whatever. But like they hear that someone likes BL, they're like, oh my god, can we talk about this one, this one, this one? Like I respect like the passion, and they don't hate on someone because you don't like a certain person. They're like, I understand, like I get that, like it's not for everyone. I'm just like, at least you're understanding. Like you could be literally like the LGBTQ community or whatever the fuck.
That is why MHA sucks.
However many like
That
letters
community
that
right
they
there
have
is
now.
why My Hero Academia sucks.
Like it's so bad. Like, My Hero Academia is one of the worst fucking communities in general. Like they're so fucking toxic to each other. Like if
To
you want
each
like
other, to normal people, to people who don't even watch anime, they're toxic to every single person.
bro, you know what's bad? What actually has a decent fandom too is the Beastars fandom.
You said that before, yeah.
Which is surprising because like I thought it would be a lot of fucking furries, but like that's actually like the minimum amount of people in it. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are like actually furries, but like they just want people to enjoy the fucking show. And Beastars is a phenomenal show. Like I watched it, I was blown away by it. Like the intro for it's gorgeous, and also the characters are memorable. The storyline's amazingly plot driven, and I love it. It was a really good anime, except for the fact that it was just all furries. Like that's literally the only bad thing about it. But other than that, I could sing its praises all day. Beastars is phenomenal.
I'm gonna say a community that's split down the middle is like the Naruto community. There's a really bad side to it, but there's also like part of it just seems like a normal like
Bro,
anime community.
I feel like that's the majority. Like Naruto has like the worst split though, because the one I feel like the most shit talker. I feel like one of the best fandoms is the One Piece community though.
I was gonna say
I don't think I've ever actually had like a bad One Piece community
I'm gonna say
interaction.
three that I think have decent ones. One Piece, I feel like people have a lot of opinions on Death Note. For most part, I've never run into anyone that's like.
I think
really
it's yeah, but I think like most of the opinions are agreed upon because
that
like,
the ending sucks ass.
yeah, like that's literally like the.
And FMA. I feel like I've never had a huge like. I know a lot of people who like FMA. I feel like I've never had.
I don't think I've known too many people who diss on FMA.
Yeah. I feel like the community
I've
is
also
pretty,
like I go on to like Reddit like the subreddit.
yeah, I feel like a lot of people
communities.
understand that FMA is another big intro into anime one.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's definitely like Soul Eater. It's like Soul Eater, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Soul Eater would be another one. Yeah, it's a great. It'd be another one that has a good community.
Yeah.
But I think like those three or four probably have some of the best.
I feel like a lot of the community, like it's only when like they get super fucking big, like, and then they just introduce a mass amount.
When they're
of
trendy,
like
and when they're bad.
The issue with my issue with My Hero Academia is they try and introduce all these like members with like their own unique quirks, and like there's such a gaggle of information, like forgettable characters,
Yeah.
that everyone wants you to fucking remember. Like Mineta is a shit level character.
That is awful.
Like Mineta, you could literally take Mineta out of the show, and the show would not change.
Show it change at all. It would be completely the same.
Except for the fact that you wouldn't have a fucking awkward ass pervert boy that throws balls everywhere.
I don't even understand his quirk.
I don't know. Don't like it. Don't care about it. He's dumb. Also, most of the quirks in fucking that actual show are retarded. So I'm throwing that out there. FMA does not have good superhero quirks. They're kind of basic as fuck, and they're kind of really retarded. Like Yaoyorozu.
Let's say this. Not every single anime character that exists has to be a lesbian or gay or bi or something.
Bro, the MHA community.
And that's specifically
I don't know
the
why.
anime community.
I don't know why that it got blended in so well with the LGBT.
I don't know.
However
know
many
why.
letters in that community now.
It's got to be because it's just so trendy and popular. Like when it took off.
I can't even like imagine like, cause like I don't even see where they make it from. Like
I don't either. They make complete like random suggestions.
they're
on
like
should be.
Bakugo loves Deku,
Yeah.
and like bro, like he sees Deku as a rival.
Yeah.
I have never seen any love interest between the two. Ever. In fact, if anything, I've seen Bakugo wanting to blow him up more often than anything.
Yeah, when it actually.
There's
kills.
more actual hate there, I feel, than pure love. Like, guys, it's a pretty shit. It's a pretty shit community. Like, I don't need to see like Yajirozu and Ida trying to fucking make out all the time, or the frog girl and fucking Minetto.
Oh, so now we're on the Rule 34 part of that community, because that's also really bad.
The Rule 34 community, I understand why they do what they do, but like sometimes they just need to stop doing what they do.
Okay, Doctor, yes.
Bro, I'm not even like ashamed. Like sometimes you guys just need to quit. Like, give up.
Why would the big one quit when they're making more than a Doctor? I'm not gonna start the meme. We've probably done this like 3 times on the podcast already because we know it by heart.
Bro, that means fucking. That's so like honestly though, I feel I would definitely be a furry artist if like
if I had the ability, hell yeah.
If I had like the ability to not shoot myself after every drawing I make, like yeah, but I definitely feel like I'd commit suicide after.
That feeling might not go away, but you think you couldn't live with it for $200,000 a year?
Oh no, I definitely could, but
exactly.
like I definitely would try shooting myself at some point later on in life. What do you do for a job?
Let's not talk about it.
I know you have a lot of money, but like, what do you do for a job? I'm an artist. What kind of artist? I make alternative pieces.
That's a great way to word it.
That's literally how I would word it. That's literally the only way I can think of to word it. Is like I make alternative pieces. Oh, show me some of your art.
No.
No. I have like the few like super fucking basic artworks that I would show people. Just like this is like what I draw. It's like this is what I draw, and hide the actual.
Artwork. How do you make so much money off this? Oh, you know.
People are dumb.
Like, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It's not like I have a specific target audience I can.
No, not at all.
Like, I'm just amazed like how those people get so much fucking money. Like, how many rich people are furries? Like, is really fucking disgusting to me.
A lot, apparently. Based off the amount these furry artists are making.
Yeah, I'm just like, you honestly kind of fucking disgust me. Like, holy shit.
Or just Rule 34 artists in general.
Like, I get that you have a lot of money and, like, you need to satisfy your fetishes, but man, come on, just go buy a prostitute, put some cat ears on that bitch. Like, you'll be fine, my man. Or if you're really feeling, like, needy, you can go get a dog.
Let's not go into that because that's illegal, and I think most states.
Listen, if you have that kind of money, I don't think they're really worried about breaking the law.
True. Also true.
But, like, I couldn't even imagine. Thank God I'm normal. That's all I gotta say. Thank God I'm normal. Like, I'm a degenerate, but holy fuck, do they make me look normal.
I think they make Ace look normal.
I still like that we finally got Ace to reveal his, like, a couple of his true lists. He tried so hard to hide him. It was like, Ace, I know.
Do you remember what he said?
No.
I don't either.
I was just happy and ecstatic that he finally admitted.
Thank you, and welcome to my TED Talk.
Bro, that was perfect. But, alright, so, what are, shonen-wise, like, what are some of your favorites for the shonens?
We just did that.
We did favorite. No, we did that at the start. This is like 20 minutes.
Least favorite characters.
Natsu,
Goku.
Kirito, Goku, Naruto.
I would say Naruto's the least favorite.
Yeah, he's definitely least favorite.
He's just right in the middle for me.
I feel like once he hits Shippuden, I really dislike Naruto and Shippuden. Up until that point, like, I understand where he comes from. Like, there's a lot of touching moments with Naruto, but, like, I feel like in Shippuden, like, they try to put him in his feels way too much. He's, like, so sad. I'm just like, bro, this doesn't need to be a sad moment. Like, not every moment needs to be a super impactful moment. Like Guts is one of the top tier like shonen, and the amount of like moments where he's sad is very few and in between. But when he does it, like it's impactful because of that, because that's few and far between.
Yeah.
But Naruto, they just are like, oh, we have downtime, sad moment. Here's sad music. He's upset. He's crying over someone, and it's just like, bro, like I could care
How much
less.
of that happens in filler? 'Cause I'm trying to think of it happening in the manga, and I don't think of that many.
It happens pretty often in the manga too. It's pretty frequent.
I feel like I just don't think it's as frequent as you're making it out to be.
Well, it's also in the manga you don't have the soundtrack in the background.
That's also true.
So
I don't think from most of the Naruto soundtracks that I've heard, I don't think they're that good anyway.
no, I think that Naruto actually has some really good killer
There
audio.
are some, but I
I
think
feel like a lot of the
think
audio,
the
but the
majority of
issue
it
is
I've
that
heard.
there's so much fucking audio it takes for it
Yeah.
because it's so fucking long now. And they also like every like 15 episodes they switch to a new fucking opening. Well, I say 15, I mean like 24 in all honesty, but besides the point. Like there's like 20 episode like openings of fucking Naruto.
At least.
It's ridiculous.
At least.
Hmm.
Because even that would be an intro every 33 episodes. So there's 700 some, or is it 600 some? There's 700 some chapters. There's probably fewer episodes, but
There's probably, I mean, I think there's like 500 some episodes in Shippuden, like 200 some in
so there's
Naruto.
yeah, so that'd be like that'd be an intro. That'd be long to have one intro for 30 some episodes.
Yeah, normally they keep it up for 24. They
Probably
probably,
somewhere like 25 in different intros.
yeah, they have a lot of them.
They have a lot of intros.
You can literally just
that's the
Google.
point.
That's the point. Like they have way too many. Like at that point, like I'm just like I'm done. I'm tired. Go home. Please stop. I don't want to do another intro. I want to listen to another song.
Skip intro.
Netflix honestly came through clutch with that. That's one thing I don't like about Hulu is you can't really skip intros in Hulu because they don't have to set it up right for a lot of the anime.
I'm gonna say my second one would be Aaron from Attack on Titan. I don't like Aaron. Yeah,
I didn't like Aaron at first. I don't like him in this newest season, but season 2 and season 3 Aaron is where I think he really grew on me.
See, season 1 is the only season I liked him in.
I did not like season 3 that much, in all honesty. But I think that in season 2 and 3, Aaron grew up so much, and I could actually respect that he grew up to that point. And I could see I appreciate seeing his character growth in those ones. Whereas now in this new season, I'm just like I don't even know what the fuck's going on anymore, bro. Like, are you just driven by revenge, or are you just a fucking idiot who wants to be a dark emo teen as an adult?
My take there is very biased because I just don't like Attack on Titan. I do not see the. I do
I
not
see
see
the.
why
I understand the appeal. I understand the appeal.
I just never got into it.
Like I get it, but there's a reason why it's the second most popular one on my anime list. Like it's number 2 on there for a reason, right after Death Note.
Is that really the number 1 most popular?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad. That deserves it.
Well, I mean, it's fully explainable why. Like,
that is a classic. That's one every anime fan should watch.
That is a fun fact.
And I lose respect for Ace that he still hasn't watched it.
I don't know how you could say like I didn't like the style. Like, it's literally like every other style that came out at that time. It's just a
He
little
says
bit
he doesn't
tinier.
like psychological thrillers. Like he said, that's his reason for it.
He doesn't like anything that doesn't have tits bouncing around.
And Death Note very, very much does not have that. It's probably one of the few that does it the least out of any show.
Bro, out of any of the popular shows, yeah. Also, Attack on Titan, I'd say would do the same too. He doesn't like Attack on Titan either.
Yeah, he doesn't like Attack on Titan. That's true.
So we all know like Ace is around for the tits bouncing. That's why we know he's a fucking degenerate.
That's why his top 5 list always has harems and.
His top 5 list is so fucking basic half the time.
What do you think his top 5 manga is gonna be like? Let's speculate here.
It's all ecchi. I guarantee High School DxD is gonna be on there.
I haven't read it.
I think Trinity 7 is gonna be another one on there. Which is another ecchi harem.
I've seen Trinity 7.
I guarantee because it's a lot farther than that one. I feel like that's gonna be on there. Literally, just guess the amount of like any ecchi one is probably gonna be on there, and also probably a couple isekai. I don't think they also died, so they actually didn't get that far. That's also why they didn't make a
That's also
second
yeah,
season.
but I bet, but there's still a good amount of chapters out there, and it was
Not really. It's the amount of chapters are what the anime stopped at. It's only a little bit farther past where the anime stopped at.
oh yeah, but isn't like 50 or 60 chapters,
40 something.
or something? I
It
bet it's
isn't
still.
that many.
I still think it's enough for Ace to probably include it.
I don't think so. I feel like a lot of my ones, like I'm choosing based off, obviously like my number one's always going to be, I've already stated this, it's always going to be Berserk because it's not even recency bias, like that's just, it's such a god tier manga, like I could not imagine like a top 5 list without Berserk on there. And I understand if you guys don't add it because I'm definitely putting it, like that's my number one,
I
hands
just don't
down.
want to put one on there that I haven't finished, or at least read over half of.
Yeah, I've finished Berserk. I love Berserk. I've watched all the new ones too. The new one's so amazing for the animation style. I love 2016 Berserk. A lot of people hated on it when it was coming out though.
Really?
Yeah, because they're like, God shouldn't do this, God shouldn't do that. Well, I'm just like, man, I'm just happy to have Berserk back, my man. Like
How long? When was before 2016? What was the last one that?
2005 or
11 years? 10, 11 years? Yeah, I knew it'd been a while.
it was pretty fucking old. Because Berserk's been coming out since the late 90s, I believe. I want to say it's the late 90s.
I was thinking mid, but you're probably right.
I might be wrong. I mean, I'm not entirely sure. I want to say it's like 97 or 98. But I could be wrong. A lot of the manga starting dates are a lot weirder than the anime airing dates.
A prototype of Berserk appeared in 1988. The original run started in '89,
Okay, so is it late 80s?
so earlier than we both thought.
Yeah. I don't. I was thinking it would be pretty early on, because Berserk's just such a masterpiece, though. Like it really led the way for a lot of the sign-in to gain like popularity. A lot of the sign-in ones actually have a phenomenal storyline. The plot, like Vinland Saga, is a phenomenal one, just like Berserk. But it's basically Berserk, but it has in a different chapter where it's like Guts just becomes more badass. He actually in Vinland Saga, it's more reflecting on his choices.
But is Vinland Saga actually about Guts?
No, no,
Oh.
no. It's basically, but it's a sign-in like Berserk, but it's the Viking one.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I thought, but you confusing with what you're.
Yeah, but like the character reminds me entirely of Berserk. Like he reminds me of a young Guts.
Okay.
It's just that at some point, rather than like Guts becoming like more and more like wanting like avenge his comrades more and more and like trying to figure out his way through life, this one takes a lot more time to stop and think about the things he's done.
Yeah.
So there's a lot like more of the silent moments that I loved out of Berserk, but it's not like there's not like Naruto where like you have every second where like sad music plays. Like it's just like I'm taking a couple seconds, paying my respects and moving on. And I like that. I like that a lot. Like that's why Tanjiro is one of my favorite MCs because of the fact that he's the maturity level that he has for it reminds me of Simon level maturities, and I love that because Simon's so fun. It's such an underrated genre. So many people don't know about good sign-ins, but
What does
actually,
that genre mean?
so it's based off more warlike
Oh,
genres.
okay.
They're normally a lot bloodier and they have a lot more adult content in them,
Yeah.
like just like rape and stuff and like things that bad happen. Like, but they don't try and like filter it out, which is what I like. I prefer seeing that dark side of like humanity, but at the same time, I also don't want to like sit there and like prescribe the same isekai trash I normally do. Because don't get me wrong, I like isekai; it's a good formula, but it's been so overdone.
It's also the same formula most of the time.
That's how shonens are. The only
Oh
difference,
yeah.
like the only difference is I think shonens are a lot more serialized than the isekais. If the isekais if there was an isekai that went on a lot longer, like how Overlord has gone on for 4 seasons. I love Overlord. It's such a good one. But most of these isekais are just planned out for like 24 episodes, 12 episodes. So you can't get a good storyline in. Like it's so hard to write that beautiful banger storyline with an isekai genre that you want without it only ending 12 episodes or 24 episodes in.
I think that's why SAO was good because it went from one isekai to another.
I don't like SAO. I think it was trash. I don't think it was a good isekai either.
Well, you have a reincarnated slime.
Yeah, I do like that one. I also appreciate the world building that's doing for it. I
That
think
was
it's gonna.
that
I
was
think
what
it's
3 seasons now.
yeah. It's actually about the. I mean, technically about to hit four because we're hitting part two of season two.
I hate when they do this.
I don't understand why they're doing it. Demon Slayer is now getting its second season. They're going through the Mugen Train arc right now. But after that's the Pleasure District, which is what I'm really excited for because that's really where the story takes a big turn after the Pleasure District arc.
Is it? I haven't read it
hmm
like you have.
I'm really excited. I finished the manga through. The manga was phenomenal. I absolutely adored the ending to it. But like, oh man, there's so many things that like I've watched. Like, it's so weird to say like I've actually like sat there was at the start of it. Like, I'm just wondering like how one if I
Like what
remember,
people in.
bro. There's gonna be a day that it does, and we're gonna be alive to see it. But
I'm
like,
gonna be sad.
it's gonna be. I think I had like a taste of when I watched the end of Ava, the fourth Evangelion movie, the latest one.
Yeah.
And like everyone was saying like this is literally the end of Ava. I'm like, nah, it's just still Anno, the producer of Evangelion, until he just makes another Ava movie. But then I actually sat down and watched it recently, and I was absolutely stunned because it's literally the end of Ava. Like I understand why they all said that now, and I'm just like, man, the story was not a good story. Like honestly, if you did not read Evangelion and you didn't grow up with it, you probably wouldn't like the fourth movie because it's just a Anno's love letter to everything that he loved is put into that movie about Evangelion is literally just put in that movie and it's such a heartbreak to see because like I just sat there afterwards in pure silence after the fucking movie ended. I'm just like, is this how like is this did this is over? Why is this over? Like I was expecting so much more. Like I literally was expecting like, oh hey, they're gonna drop another random ass movie because you know that's what they do.
That's
But like
actually
no,
angelic,
no,
yeah.
it's literally you literally watch it. It's the end of Ava, and it's actually on all seriousness. There's not they cannot like. I don't think Anna will ever make another one because that was his final love letter to Ava.
A spin-off or a sequel or anything.
I don't think so. No, it's impossible after doing that. Like there was so much emotion put into it that when you're a long term Ava fan like I was, like you felt that sense of closure, loss, grief, like
How long is Ava's going on for?
early '90s.
Okay.
And that's just for the. It's been in production, like manga production, since like the '80s,
When did the manga end?
mid two. I'm not sure actually. I want to say mid 2000s or late 2000s.
How many chapters did it have?
It wasn't that long of chapters. I think it was only like 400, 500.
Oh, really?
But like the main thing about Ava wasn't even like it was about the storyline. Like honestly, the storyline was kind of the storyline's kind of shit. But like there, you just feel like if you understand Shinji, you've been through a rough patch in your life, and it sucks. Like if you don't understand Shinji, I respect you because you've had a pretty good life. But like those, if when you start understanding like the emotions that Evangelion brings out, you're just like, oh my gosh, I hate that this is such a weird thing because like when you're in a bad place, you can get a message out of Ava that really helps you. But like if like I can't watch Ava if I'm going to be in a good if I want to be in a good mood. Like this is just something like, hey, I need to have some realizations about life, and I'll turn on Ava. Like that's how I be because like it's such a good like it's such a it gives you emotions on a raw level compared to other ones where like they're just like, yes, this is how you should feel. Like we're literally presenting this. Like no, this is like deep, like disturbed emotion that Ava gives to me. Like I don't understand how it works because the storyline's absolute dog shit. Like the storyline is not good for Ava at all. But like oh god, the things that make you feel, man. Anos knew what he was doing when he made that. Like he did, and then the end of it was so sad. It's not even like it was a bad ending because it was like the end of it was just a recap for the most part.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's why I knew that it was the actual end once you finish watching, because you're like, there's really nothing else beyond this. Like, there's nothing else that they could do. This is just a recap. This is just his final love letter to everyone, being like, I put this all in one film. Enjoy. And then he dipped. Which is respectable. I love it. But like I'm just wondering if this is how it's gonna feel the day that One Piece ends. I'm probably gonna be at more of a loss of One Piece.
I'll be at more of a loss of One Piece.
Because of the fact that like I wasn't like a too terribly big Ava fan when I was a kid. I became a lot more of an Ava fan once I hit like my late teens and like my early 20s. I became a lot bigger of an Ava fan.
Yeah.
Because I could actually understand like the things that Shinji was going through. I was able to feel more emotional.
But One Piece you can understand.
But One Piece, like I've just been consistently watching my entire life. Like I can't even imagine One Piece ending. It's like when Naruto ended.
I wasn't into Naruto.
I was at a loss when Naruto ended.
I watched Naruto new every episode until it ended for this like the gap between Naruto and Shippuden.
Yeah.
And the ending for that was rough.
Yeah, but like it's.
But I didn't.
It was like after like I love being able to read like a manga and hitting a nice closing. Like I love it and I hate it. Like hitting a closing, like finishing a manga or finishing like.
You want to have that slight opening.
You want more to happen, but you also are so happy that the story got concluded. Like there's so many of them. I'm just like I want more to happen. I want more, but I understand why you can't because you wrapped it up. Like Brave Master was one of the first ones that kind of hit me real hard because that was the first manga I ever read that was actually completed and got completed while I was reading it.
Oh really?
So I was just like, I'm so sad. Like Shaman King was a good manga. I'm actually really happy that they're doing a remake of it now. They had a 2021 remake.
So wait, were you up to date on Raid Master as it was going out, or were you just finished, or was it? Were you in the middle of it and it finished?
I was in the middle of it.
When it finished?
No, I managed to catch up to date, and then it was updating for about another year and a half, 2 years, and then I was there when it finished.
What's the longest one you've ever followed? We can't
One
count
Piece.
One Piece because that would be.
One Piece would have to be it.
Not counting One Piece because we can't count the 25-year-long thing.
One Piece is definitely the longest one.
I know what mine is.
I kind of stopped after Fairy Tail after Grand Magic Games, so not that one.
That would be mine, is Fairy Tail. I followed it for just.
The 100 Years Quest is getting an anime adaptation.
I know. I've been reading 100 Years Quest too, but I followed Fairy Tail for 3 years.
Yeah.
Reading every week. Seven Deadly Sins would be close because I read it almost from the start. That's one of the few I read before you and Nathan knew about him. And I followed that for 2.5 years.
I didn't know about Seven Deadly Sins until the anime aired. I will say that.
I watched it.
When the anime aired, I was
reading it before the anime.
Yeah. No, that's one. Demon Slayer, I didn't read the anime or the manga until I actually watched the first episode of the anime. Yeah. Actually, I didn't even read the manga then. It wasn't until episode 19 that I finished Demon Slayer. So after episode 24 that I started reading the manga because I wanted to know more. And it was still updating when I was reading it. It didn't finish until 2020, I want to say. No, really? 2019, late 2019 is when it finished. And I was still reading up. I was up to date at that point, but I was only like a couple of months off. Honestly, I think the longest one's been Tower of God. Outside of that, because that's been about 6 years. So I started reading that in 2015.
Did you?
I was one of the first people to start reading it. Not one of the first, because it started in 2011, 2012.
It started like 3 or 4 years before that. Yeah. It was on some weird website.
But like I remember reading it before webtoons was ever a thing, and then like it got webtoons. Like I'm so happy for Tower of God. I hear that they confirmed also season 2 for the anime.
I've read that.
And
I've only read that it was rumored. That was like rumors for it.
I mean like I haven't seen any like actual like anime studio confirming it. But
what studio did the first season?
I actually have no idea. I know that it was a Crunchyroll original, so I think it was Katakawa that did it. Yeah, I want to say it was Katakawa. 'Cause that would make sense since it's Crunchyroll original and Crunchyroll is owned by Katakawa.
Telecom Animation Film. Viz Media.
Oh, Viz Media. Yeah, that's owned by Katakawa.
Anna Plus Media.
Aniplex USA. Or
No,
yeah.
Anna Plus.
Anna Plus.
Yeah.
Never heard that one.
Anna Plus Media Networks.
I know I've heard of Viz Media before because they were the
Oh,
ones
no,
that
that's just a specific one for the Philippines and Indonesia. That's a
Okay.
specific broadcasting area. So Viz Media.
Yeah, Viz Media. I remember did the Pokemon series,
Yeah.
which was actually a phenomenal series. I have to say, like the original seasons for the Pokemon series were
Indigo
actually
League is so good.
it's so good. Like
So is Fire Island.
that first
Fire Island is good too.
that first episode was such a like that drew me so hard into Pokemon.
They have
Like
such a good opening. Like they
that
have
first,
such a good
it's
way.
not even the first opening. Like that first episode.
No, I mean the whole. I mean like this opening into the anime, like the whole. I'm talking about like the whole episode, like the.
Yeah, the entire episode was
Yeah.
absolute banger.
The
Like
intro
it
is-
literally brought you into the Pokemon world so hard. Like you
Yeah.
could not be invested after that first episode. I was heavily invested after the first episode, like
Man,
emotionally.
that's Pokemon.
Like not even that, but just like emotionally invested into the show because of that first one where he just wakes up next to Pikachu. You see Ho-Oh flying over
Yeah.
after fighting off all the flock of Spearow. He's about to give up. This Ash is about to give up his life to a Spearow attack just to save his Pikachu, and then Pikachu comes to him and hits him with a thunder. Oh!
You know, it's weird how many times we see Gen 2 Pokemon in Gen 1.
Bro, I love it.
Because Ho-Oh is not a Gen
That's
1.
because Gen 2 was out before Indigo League ever aired.
I know. But it's just something that's weird to think about.
No, I don't think so. I actually appreciate it because it allows you to imagine that there's a bigger Pokemon world out there than
Yeah,
just
but
the
Ho-Oh
Kanto
should not
region.
be in the Gen 1 area.
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly. But I love that we saw it. Like, I love that they introduced the entire data at that first point, and I actually appreciate it a lot.
I love all the memes. Like, yeah, me and Pikachu were fighting Ho-Oh, and Nurse was like, you threw a rat at a fucking god.
You know what's still like the wildest thing to me is that the Twitch plays Pokemon.
I can't believe they win. I cannot
I
believe
can't
how
believe they
often
made it
win.
to the end. I can't believe they finished that.
They've beaten 2 games now.
Yeah, didn't they do Johto after? They did Silver Gold or Crystal?
Is it Silver and Gold is Johto?
Yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
oh yeah, because they did Red and Blue first.
Yeah.
Red, I don't remember.
I still can't believe like that was such a big social experiment and it was phenomenal. That's really what put Twitch on the map.
I
With
think
Twitch
they got
play
to
Pokemon.
Diamond and Pearl, and that's when it like went downhill.
Well, that's because I think they got so many more trolls on that. Whereas before,
I think the control scheme got harder for them to implement with the DS than it did with the Game Boy.
yeah, definitely. But Twitch Plays Pokemon was such a good, like, I remember joining in that Hail Helix.
God.
It started a fucking religion, bro. It started a religion in Pokemon. Like, I really just want to see one day, like, Pokemon do, like, a kind of, like, tip off to that, and where, like, you run into, like,
They
this
won't,
random...
because Pokemon ignored their fan base.
Yeah, but, like, if they ever have this moment where, like, you run into someone, and they're just like, yeah, I was around this one area and I found this one fossil that was really cool. Apparently it was traced as a god and they would just yell Hail Helix.
That'd be funny.
And I would just be like, if you just met like a random person who told you that, that would be absolutely phenomenal.
I'm very excited for the Pokemon Legends Arceus game.
I am too.
I think that sounds so
I'm
good.
also kind of terrified because I feel like I hope it's not another Let's Go. Like, Let's Go Eevee.
I did not mind Let's Go.
I did not like it.
Why you and Asa have such like a
I didn't like it.
bone to pick with it.
I just didn't like the capturing system. The capturing system was dumb. Like, you literally took Pokemon Go's capturing system and threw it into your own thing, and I just didn't like it. It didn't make sense on a DS. Like, on my phone, it makes sense. Like, AR makes sense.
Was Let's Go on that?
No.
DS? Let's Go
It was
on the
on.
Switch.
It was on the Switch. But
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all.
I would
Pokemon
rather.
Snap was better on this what's better on the Switch than it was
I
on
want to play
the
the new
PS4.
Snap. I haven't
The
gotten
new
to it
Snap
yet.
was really good. I only got to
I
play.
would
I
rather
got to play at
play.
a friend's house.
I would rather play Let's Go than replay Sword and Shield.
I'd rather replay Sword and Shield than play Let's Go. Easily.
I do not like Sword and Shield. Other than the graphics in Sword and Shield.
Bro, being able to play I remember the first. I got Sword and Shield on the day it released. Cause I pre-ordered both of them. I went in, had a 75-inch TV hooked up to the wall, plugged in my Switch, and I got to play it on the big screen. I haven't been that excited since I played Pokemon Coliseum.
While the graphics are good for a Pokemon game, they are trash for what they should be. Because if you look at look at a game like Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact so fucking.
No, I'm not gameplay.
The graphics the gameplay is actually literally fun for Genshin.
It's actually good.
I'm a Genshin fan, my man.
But the graphics look better than Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh, definitely.
And they shouldn't. It started as a mobile game. It should not look better than Sword and Shield.
Bro, it's a JRPG that just evolved.
But no, even from the get-go, the graphics for Genshin Impact and the Pokemon
Genshin, the issue is it's a gacha game. So, you're literally just rolling to get a good character, and you're hoping that you can get a good one. Genshin Impact, it's a JRPG all the way.
I kind of want to try it because you can also play on PlayStation. I kind of want to try it that way.
I couldn't even imagine playing a JRPG on PlayStation. I don't even like the fact that it's on Switch. Genshin Impact, it is on
Switch now, isn't it? I think I'd probably play it that way.
It is on Switch. It's been on Switch for a while.
Yeah, I forgot. But when it first came out, it was only on PlayStation. When it first came to consoles.
But it was Genshin Impact. Actually, you forget that you're playing a JRPG in Genshin Impact.
You know what game I like? I like Xenoblade Chronicles.
Xenoblade's a pretty good JRPG. I really like
it's very much a fan service anime game.
Without a doubt. Honestly,
the gameplay is actually fun.
I still think one of the best ones is the Persona series. Persona has such a good series that you get pulled in the storyline so hard.
Anytime I look at it, even just watching a video of it, I just cannot stand the look of the game.
Bro, I love it. It's so out of this world. It's so just bright, colorful that just pops. I love Persona series. I'm a big JRPG fan. I've been playing them for a while. Genshin's one of my favorites of all time. I think Persona is definitely going to be my number one.
JRPGs have to have turn-based combat.
Yep.
Genshin Impact have turn-based combat.
Yes, it does, but it's very slight. I mean, to be fair, Final Fantasy is technically a JRPG.
Not the newest ones.
Yes, they are. They've just taken it to the minimum amount of turn-based combat.
Well, no, because I'm thinking of the MMO one. I haven't watched the other ones. The MMO one's not JRPG.
No, it's not. It's an MMO, but the other ones are.
I haven't watched any of 12 or 13.
The other ones definitely are.
Because that's what's weird.
Also 14. I think once it's 15, it starts becoming more of a.
Just an RPG.
Yeah.
15 is the newest one.
Yep.
You said after 15.
No, not that. I meant 15 and any ones that are gonna come
the
after.
Final Fantasy VII remake is just JRPG enough that it can still be in it with that spell system.
I actually really like the Final Fantasy VII remake. That was a really good remake.
I liked it. I didn't think it was bad. I think it's a very good way to bring an old game into modern times.
I definitely appreciated it a lot.
I understand some people's criticisms would take it's not a true JRPG anymore.
I don't mind that.
But it's still a fun
Final
game.
Fantasy isn't a true JRPG series anymore either.
Yeah,
exactly. I like that it evolved to that
I think they kept.
I also really like that it evolved past being a JRPG because it's so big. Everyone has a Final Fantasy series.
You release 14 JRPGs. Let's do something new here.
Yeah.
It's almost the same game every time.
I really
the
enjoyed
storylines are amazing.
I really enjoyed it.
New gameplay.
I love it. Final Fantasy is probably one of my favorite series of all time. Because I remember having the one with 1, 2, and 3, and 4 on the Game Boy Advance on that one console or the one cartridge.
I don't remember.
Because they were so small that they could fit on one cart. All 4 games could fit on one cartridge, and you could play. It was the chain one, or it literally just had all the 4 of the games in one cartridge, and it was amazing because you could play 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you just saw the evolution of the storylines on each one, and you could just sit there and watch it and see that it actually gained the storyline and a really good storyline at that.
I think I played 2. Originals, like before no remasters or anything. I think like originals I played 2 through 6. I never played 7 originally. I've never played the very first Final Fantasy.
I played 1 through 4, and then I stopped playing till Final Fantasy either 8 or 9.
Which one is when Cloud returns, Lightning returns, whatever his name is?
I can't.
I think it's in 10.
I want to say it was. I want to say it was 11.
Yeah, so in the 10, yeah.
I think.
It's called like Lightning's Return or something.
I don't remember. I can't. Don't quote me that it's 11. I'm not sure. Like we could go and Google it. I'm just too lazy.
I don't want to. I don't care that much about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
You have a warning, and I can't see how long we've been going for it. I think we've been going for pretty close.
No, we still have like 20 minutes.
No, we were at 45 before we started this conversation.
Oh well, we are at the hour mark, guys. I guess. R.I.P. I am obviously not paying attention to time because I'm just so drawn into this conversation. But you know
Final
what?
Fantasy.
You know what? Like, subscribe. You got any shameless plugs?
Come watch Far Cry 6.
Yo, go watch check out his Far Cry 6 playthrough only on the channel at Tom Bombadillo, youtube.com, blah, 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 blah. You already know. You already know you're on my channel. Go like, subscribe, smash it, do whatever you want, poke it with your nose, have fun, rub it in your butthole. It's fine. Just like, subscribe, and tune in next week for your episode of Chaotic Discord Podcast.